Hello, welcome to Shipwrecks. I am Ghost in the Hella, and welcome back to Jercy City. Welcome back to ValiDate. Very excited to be getting back into this and to be starting a new character's storyline. Last time we played, we finished up Malik and his storyline, and today that means we get to start on Inaya, who seems really cool. Original croissant dropper, stim blogger during the height of 2014 Bumbler. They say blocking is the best way to win an argument, but that's just cowardice talking. Alright then. Let's get in. Yes, let us meet Inaya. Body image, okay. We have been content warned. Welcome back to Naya's Noms, a cooking show that is a lot less cute than the title might suggest. We're slaves to the algorithm here, boys and girls. Today we're going to be making a basic-ass tomato sauce, because some of the questions I got after last week's penne alla vodka were absolutely ungodly. We really have to work our way from square one here. But before we do anything, I want to draw your attention to this. The overhead light in your kitchen sends streaks of sweat running down between your shoulder blades. You gotta wrap this one up fast. You point a finger at the corner of your mouth with a flourish. Your hands smell like rosemary and tap water. Ooh, are we gonna fall in love with ourselves? Hey, Mia. Mia says, let's go! And Inaya, I'm already in love. This strange and alien marking on my face, it is a zit. It is admittedly nasty, but it's not cancerous, it's not herpes. If I see one smug motherfucker in the comments calling it herpes, I swear to God. I just thought I'd draw attention to it before any of you jokers got any ideas. Moving on. People keep telling me the penne alla vodka is bland. I got some of this same shit on my chili recipe a couple of months ago too. Listen, this is basic. Sometimes I forget that all of you are like tiny babies who need your hands held all the way through everything. Mia missed the pronouns. She, they. No, she's so cute. Yeah. Don't choke on your pacifiers while I chop this garlic. You wince internally. That might have been a little much. Your brand is irreverent scorn, definitely, but you should have saved that one to run past Alex. He's your test audience of bitches who have never cooked a thing in their lives. Oh god, all the comments are gonna be herpes jokes now. What are you doing? Right? Yeah. And also, just to be clear, our stance on herpes is it's not just a joke, you know. Lots of good people have herpes, and people with STIs should not have to live in shame. You've got to bloom spices with heat, okay? That's how you bring out the flavor. That's why garlic always goes in first. It's going to taste like shit if you don't activate it. Cooking is 100% chemistry. I know I say that constantly, but it's true. You glance at the page views. That's about half as many as you got for your last video. You don't usually check analytics while you're live. You're not a complete amateur, but you really aren't feeling it today. Hence that low-hanging fruit herpes joke. True, you do have an assy zit by your mouth, and true, some asshole is absolutely going to comment on it, but it would probably have been better to just cover it up with makeup. Whatever. It's over now. No point in agonizing over it. You'll burn yourself. You settle into autopilot, chopping and sautéing and talking the whole time. You could make this tomato sauce in your sleep, you've done it so many times. Throughout undergrad, you mostly lived on pasta and eggs. Not together. Well, sometimes together. You keep up a steady stream of bullshit through the video, babbling about the weather, the pair of running shoes you busted open the other day, and that last terrible Star Wars movie. People always want to know your opinions on media. Or they think they do, until they actually hear them. Then they often want to return to blissful ignorance. Screw 'em. Your opinions are great. The public are just weak and foolish. They will never survive the winter. You succumb to another moment of weakness and glance at the chat. Toxic Socks is telling them to pluck your eyebrows. Fuck you, Toxic Socks. Her eyebrows are perfect. The light above might as well be the sun beating down on your back. Sweat drips into your eyes. This is the hottest summer on record. Why are you cooking over an even hotter stove? Idiotic. Oh, God. He says they're so aggro. I'm falling hard. That last terrible Star Wars movie. Dialogue that is evergreen. There were some good ones. God, how many years ago now? 5 years? 4 years? How long ago? What year is it? Mia says I will literally fight Toxic Socks in real life. She would be so cute if she tried. Wow. Fuck you. She's adorable. You toss the pasta into the boiling water. It hisses and spits, burning the back of your hand. You want to hiss back, but you hide it from the camera. You finish up the pasta and end the live stream, phoning it in toward the end there. Who cares? Hardly anybody was watching that one. It's just been too hot to put any effort into anything. You'd signed off with a next week ice cream. Or maybe just ice. Hold the cream. I'm gonna crawl into the fucking freezer and you all can come and find my body. Peace. You taste the sauce. Ugh, terrible. Nothing you make in your lives is ever edible. It's wild. Even if you follow every step perfectly, exactly how you would do it on your own, it never turns out right. Something about the pressure of fame sours everything. You slam dunk the whole thing right in the garbage. Your phone is blowing up when you finally get back to it. You keep it on silent through recording unless there's a specific bit you want to do, checking up on world news or reading an embarrassing reply. You have a wall of Instagram notifs, a couple bitter follows, and of course, Alex has notes for you. Oh hey, Alex is pretty cute too. Wow, you were really on your bullshit today. Alex Reza, tech bro job, Inaya's manager and professional best friend. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Thanks, I try. That wasn't a compliment. I know, I'm just all out of juice. I don't have a single comeback in me. There we go. It's so fucking hot in here. Turn on your AC, idiot. No, I will not. It's expensive, and I am ethically opposed to it. He says, oh wow, Alex looking fly. Yeah. Everybody's got such great fashion in this. It's wonderful. One person running their AC occasionally is not going to make a difference in global climate change, I swear to you. It barely even works. It's just a window module. Oh, I love that their nail polish matches their glasses frames. That's so cute. Better than nothing. You need a new one. It's not like you can't afford it. I'll consider it. You won't, though. Not a chance, and if you try to explain why, Alex will just call you an edgelord, which, okay, maybe you are, but that's beside the point. Just the idea of turning on the AC when it's not necessary just absolutely disgusts you. Just like taking an elevator when the stairs work just as well. It's why you'd never buy pre-shredded cheese when it's perfectly acceptable to just shred your own. You weren't a Luddite. Obviously, technology doesn't scare you. You're an Instagram influencer. You just have some lines in the sand. I'll let you know when I'm done going through the comments. I won't be able to get to it before tonight. I've got a deadline. Someone's sick, so I need to write a feature. Her disgusted face, I can't. Yeah. The facial expressions are so great in this game. It's fine, I can go through them myself. No fucking way. We talked about this, and that is one of the things you are not going to do. You signed that contract. He's right. You did sign it. Fine. Maybe wear fewer layers, though? If it's so hot? Because that's a lot. That is a lot of layers. Maybe cover those windows. I mean, the lighting is gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but they might be more comfortable in, like, a tank top and shorts with their curtains drawn. You type out the answer and toss the phone down on the couch. You toss yourself down after it, and then struggle out of your clothes as much as you can, letting your overalls hang down loose. The overhead fan needs to be turned off while you're filming, but you slap it back on, sighing as it cools the damp patches on your neck and forehead. You raise your arms over your head so it can get your pits. You need to clean up, the kitchen and yourself. You don't remember the last time you washed your hair. Initially, working from home had been such a tempting prospect, and you'd been so absolutely certain that you weren't going to turn out to be one of those suckers who needs a rigid capitalist structure to keep them on task. Oh, they have arm hair I love. Yeah. I love how fuzzy Inaya is. Wonderful. And generally you don't. You're just pretty bad at showering if you aren't going to see another human. Fair. Same. A combination of the heat, your bad mood, and the unappealing prospect of washing the dishes sends you into an unsettled doze, and when you wake up, you're actually even sweatier than before. The nap was long enough for you to feel like your soul has left your body, but not enough for you to feel it all rested. You're struck with a very clear memory of a time in your childhood when you'd been at home with a fever, sleeping all through the day, waking up to the non-committal gray light of either evening or very early morning. You asked your younger sister, who shared your room, if it was today or tomorrow, and she, comically stricken in a way only the very young can be, responded, "I don't know." Your phone vibrates again and you realize what woke you up. You fumble it upright and accept the call before you even really take the time to think about it. If you'd been more awake, you would have let it go to voicemail. Hi, Mom. Oh, boy. Okay. Inaya Saifi. Scheduler. Inaya's mom. Naya, are you sleeping? Huh? It's too early to sleep. Aren't you going out? It's Friday. I wasn't sleeping. Oh, this music is good. You struggle upright and grope around for your laptop to check the time. Annoying that your only time-telling device is currently being utilized for communication. Incredibly insensitive of your mom to insist on calling you like it's 2005, but she hates texting. You kind of hate it. You kind of hate it too. It's just the only way to keep in contact with anyone. How's work? I haven't watched your last few videos. I wish your audience didn't swear so much. You swear? Yes, but I don't swear at my daughter, do I? Assholes are just part of the business. And I don't go through the comments anymore. I hired someone to do that for me, so I don't care what they say. You pay someone for that? A friend. He needs the work. That's nice of you. Is he in school? Why do you care? Well, he doesn't want to be a professional comment checker forever, does he? He's in the same culinary program I was in. And he's got his own parents to get on his ass. You're right, it's none of my business. Point taken. That wasn't... You squeeze your eyes shut. You're too exhausted to fight about nothing. Did you call for something specific? I was just about to take a shower. Oh, I was just going through the dire situation in my closet. I haven't cleaned it out in almost a decade, can you believe it? Your father always gets so annoyed when I move things around. I was wondering if you'd like me to send you anything before I donate it to charity. My things are so nice, but I'm a little too old for them. She did not look that old. You mean like dresses? I don't think any of them would fit me. You're skinnier than you were the last time I saw you, though, aren't you? I've been keeping an eye on Headbook. This conversation needs to be over. Your mom seems fine. I don't think... just send me pictures. I'll take a look. She isn't going to let it go. Better to just let her send you some stuff and then throw it in the back of the closet. You hang up before your mom can get going on another long-winded explanation of exactly why it's so important that you take all of her old shit. She's got a bunch of traditional clothes that you've never seen her wear, but insists on keeping, like a little piece of Pakistan wrapped up carefully and set under glass. You hope she doesn't want you to take any of it. You lay back down on the couch on the opposite end to avoid your sweat mark, staring up at the ceiling fan until you feel yourself start to go cross-eyed. You pick up your phone. You've got a new message. Okay, I'm going through the comments. Wow. I know I say I'm a prison abolitionist, but my god, I want to send some of your simps to jail. Let's go out. What? I thought you wanted me to do this as fast as possible. Fuck that, actually. That was a decision that past Inaya made. And past Inaya is an idiot. Present Inaya is smart and wants a beer. Well, hell, okay. If you're driving. Okay. Can't stand the heat. Dude, I love the sweat stains. I like the commitment. Ooh, Yolanda's back! Sick. Did I... Oops. I think I might have selected the wrong thing. Hang on. I hope I didn't accidentally not go out on a date with her. Okay, confirm. Yes. Yes, set me up with Yolanda, please. I'm gonna just do it with this. There we go. Yay, Yolanda! Why the dispute? Okay, content warnings, drugs, and ableist language. Okay, thank you for the warning. Nice place. Alex pulls up to your door exactly on time, down to the minute. He always honks when he arrives instead of texting like a normal person. You're waiting for him by the door, but you keep scrolling through Bitter for another 30 seconds to indicate you dislike being honked at, like you're walking past a construction site in booty shorts. The sunroof is open on Alex's 2001 Toyota Camry, cigarette smoke gilded blue in the streetlights. It got dark while you were waiting. You guess that makes it a moonroof. Alex leans out of the window, sunglasses pushed up and perched on a blurry mop of silver hair. Wearing your sunglasses at night? He says, please don't be worse than Malik. Please don't be worse than Malik. Please don't be worse than Malik. I think already she's better than Malik. Although we'll find out. We'll see what their bullshit is. Alex pops the lock and you slide into the passenger seat. Fuck you, the sun was setting into my eyes. Fair enough. Where are we going? It's a surprise. I hate surprises. Oh, I know. He smacks your hand away from the radio. Driver picks the music. Fair enough. I thought that Inaya was going to drive, but okay. At first you think Alex is lost and needs somewhere to idle and pull up directions on his phone. He turns off the car. You look from the sign to Alex and back again. Are you trying to send me subliminal messages? I'm not cutting my hair. Yeah, absolutely. I brought you in for a surprise makeover at 9 on a Friday night. You joke, but you did bring me to a salon at 9 on a Friday. Is this a drug deal? Isn't weed legal here? Are we getting meth? Inaya, how does one take meth? Snort it? Come on. Despite your distaste of makeover montages, you follow Alex out of the car and around the building. The back parking lot is a totally different scene. The salon looks closed, but around back there's an entrance with a wrought iron railing wrapped with fairy lights, and a gaggle of people standing around talking and smoking, all of them dressed way cooler than you are. The person working the door greets Alex by name, giving you a brief glance before letting you inside. It definitely smells like a salon, hairspray and bleach, but the back room has been turned into a little performance space, complete with makeshift stage and mood lighting. A girl is selling beers out of a cooler in the corner, and a couple guys in roadie black are setting up a sound system. You sit at a small round table and Alex buys you a drink. The place isn't huge and it's filling up fast. You had no idea something like this was here. You don't go to salons, you haven't cut your hair in years. Do a bunch of shops in town have places like this? Is there like a fucking cabaret going on at the back of Lawn Depot? You really are being weird. I noticed it on the phone. What do you mean? I brought you to what is very clearly a slam poetry event, and you haven't made one snide comment. Clearly, you are fake Inaya, and real Inaya is lying knocked out in her apartment. You must have stolen her overalls. You are so absolutely not gonna take this from this curly-haired bitch. I don't know what I've ever done to give you the impression that I think I'm too good for slam poetry. When have I ever said that? Don't answer that. Your whole vibe is the vibe of a person who finds slam poetry deeply cringe. Slam poetry is deeply cringe. Alex makes a gesture with his beer that says, case in point. You rub at your forehead. If you were so convinced that I wouldn't enjoy it, why did you bring me? Alex shrugs. What, you thought I was going to change my Friday night plans just for you? The little smile hovering around the mouth of his beer lets you know he's joking. Tickhead. Just so you know, I'm actually way more cool and open-minded now. Oh yeah? When did this happen? Just now. I decided I'm open to new experiences. I'm doing intense, irrefutable character growth as we speak. And there's no chance I'm ever going to regress into bad habits. Well, that's a relief. Like, for instance, I didn't complain when you bought me a fucking IPA. I'm drinking it, okay? I'm drinking a beer that tastes like a whole-ass flower garden in the name of broadening my horizons. Slam poetry is deeply cringe. Oh no, we're off to a great start. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting when she starts talking to you like that. Yeah, you deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. I was thinking some kind of cultural reward. Or like a literature award. Newbery Medal. For great character growth. For drinking bad beer and participating in the corniest public activity known to man. You're a couple words from the end of your manic monologue when the lights go down and conversation cuts off abruptly, leaving you speaking loudly while everybody else goes quiet. Corniest public activity known to man echoes out across the room like a fart in a bathtub. Suddenly, every cool person in this salon is looking at you, the asshole, the sloppy bitch in the overalls and scraggly hair, here to talk shit. You should probably leave now. You should probably melt down into your component parts, a liquid of carbon-based life form. Pretend it didn't happen or laugh it off. Ooh. feel like laughing it off is just gonna make it worse. Wait, what did I do? What did I click? There we go. For some reason it wasn't getting the little... Alex the bastard is holding back laughter. He did this to you on purpose. You don't know how he managed it, but he did. Maybe this is his performance art. Despite the melodrama in your head, people lose interest in you pretty fast. None of them look that mad. What you said could probably be interpreted in a bunch of different ways. You just have anxiety. Oof, same. Everyone's focus shifts to the woman coming on stage, and you do not blame them in the least. She's pretty. High cheekbones, big striking eyes, a quiet self-assurance radiating from every motion. She adjusts the mic stand, shakes out her braids, and leans in to speak. Hey everybody. Hope it's going good out there. The light is in my eyes, so I can't really see shit, but I'm going to assume it's great. That gets a murmuring laugh from the audience. Whoever she is, she's popular. For those of you who don't know, I'm Yolanda, owner of Dispute Salon and founder of Jercy City Slam, a weekly free evening of poetry and music. If someone charged you a cover fee, sorry, but you got scammed. The crowd laughs again. Clearly, this is a running joke that you were not in on. Despite what you said to Alex, you do think it's a little shitty of him to just bring you to a place where he knows everyone and you know no one. Not that you really have that many friends offline. Whatever. All that talk about character development was just blowing smoke up his ass, but it's probably not a bad idea. You could stand to be a little more open-minded. The hat is back. Yes! Her kerchief? Or whatever it is? Oh, adorable. The fish! To that end, you attempt polite focus as applause greets the end of Yolanda's intro and the studio lights darken. It's surprisingly not terrible. Definitely not something you'd come to by yourself, and you're not sure if you'd come back, but the talent level here is high enough that it isn't excruciating. There's a couple singer-songwriter type acts and some decent freestyle rappers, even if the crowd gets too rowdy for you to parse every word. Some of the poetry is good too, if a little dramatic for your taste. Towards the end of the set, the lights go down even further. You're on your second beer, just chilling, when Yolanda gets back up on the stage. The crowd applauds harder for her than they have for anyone else. Hey y'all, I've got a new one for you tonight. Oh god, no, am I gonna have to... Oh no. Oh no, please don't make me do slam poetry. Aren't poetry people supposed to snap? Huh? You know, snap your fingers so people can hear the poetry? I don't think anybody actually does that. Oh, I absolutely do that, and I have been places where people do that. And not even just poetry. It is a thing. Very much so. Well, maybe they should. We should start it. You are welcome to snap if you want to. No, we have to snap together. If it's just one of us... Shh. Anyway, yeah, here we go. Hopefully this one hits and isn't... Her eyes flick briefly in your direction. Corny. Ooh, oh, fuck. Oh, we got burned. Shit. You're back to wanting to sink into the floor. And rightly so. Alex snorts. You elbow him in the shoulder. You need to have a talk about what loving and supporting your socially maladjusted friend actually means, because it sure as hell isn't this. But then the lights go down and Yolanda starts to speak, and it's like flipping a switch. The audience might still be making noise. You honestly have no idea. At this point, you could be hit by a 10-foot wave and you wouldn't even notice you were wet. It's not the words to the poem, though they're pretty good to your amateur ear. Dark shapes moving through a bright day and leaving no shadows, that sort of imagery. And it's not the way she looks either, although she looks good. Me never leaving my home again. Yeah. There's something in the way she speaks, a clear intonation to her words, a cadence to her gestures. It's confidence, but it is also the opposite of that, indifference. She has something to say, and she is going to say it, even if no one is listening. If Yolanda were performing to an empty room, she'd give the same energy, the same calm assurance that her words have value. To someone like you, ever fidgeting and vamping, trying not to look at viewer counts, ignoring vicious comments from out of the corner of your eye, aware that it's only a matter of time before someone comes along and tears all the success out of your hands and scatters it to the wind, it's humbling to say the least. Her performance winds down, but she maintains intensity all the way through. When she's finished and the lights come up, you sit in thunderstruck silence as everyone else around you applauds politely. You might manage to put your hands together a couple times. There's no way you've only had 2 beers. Where's the fucking ABV on this bottle? Thank you, game developers, for not making me have to try to do slam poetry convincingly. Thank you. That was amazing. It comes out breathy and squeezed. You don't think you got any air at all through that entire performance. Beside you, Alex is texting. Huh? Oh yeah, she's really good. Were you even watching? What? Yeah. I mean, I've seen this one before. She said it was a new one. Yeah, well, all of her poems blend together. Fuck you, Alex! What the hell, man? Wow. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, she's doing, like, a themed book of poetry or something. You should ask her about it. Holy shit, you should. It didn't occur to you to go up and talk to her. Your everyday interaction with people is through a screen. Only way to show your appreciation is to like, comment, and subscribe. By the way, like, comment, and subscribe. You shouldn't get pissy at Alex for not being moved by Yolanda's performance. You aren't an artist, but you're close enough to understand not everything resonates with everyone who hears. On the other hand, you don't want to be the only asshole who got knocked on the floor by a pretty girl saying a poem in the back of a hair salon. And oh fuck, she's coming over here, isn't she? Hey, Alex, glad you could make it. Londa, you were fantastic. Alex's phone immediately goes into his pocket when she walks over. He might be a shitty audience member, but he's not a complete dickhead. Why are you being so rude about him in your head right now? Alex is cool. He's put up with your bullshit for years. Thanks. I was a little worried about that one, honestly. Didn't think it would vibe with the room. You killed it. Oh, by the way, this is Inaya. I pulled her out of her cave for the night. Hey. She thought you were great. Hi. I thought you were great. Yolanda laughs, looking between the two of you like she's trying to figure you out. That's fine. You're unfigure-outable. Hey, thanks. She smiles at you, and you wish you had something else to say, but you know literally nothing about poetry. You can't even fucking remember if it rhymed. Before you can freak, a very tall woman walks up to your seat. Hey, Yo-Yo, I gotta go. You good? Zara. Hairstylist and Yolanda's co-worker. Okay, that checks out. That scans. I guess? Where's Maria? Or Mariah? Where's Mariah? She left. She needed to get the last bus. Oh, I thought it ran until midnight on Fridays. I got no idea. Maybe I misunderstood her. I gotta get this place put away before tomorrow. I really have to go. Yolanda starts fidgeting with one of her braids. For a moment, you think her fingers are shaking as if from fear or exhaustion, but her demeanor is so calm you might be mistaken. I've been working for 12 hours, Zara. I know. But my brother's about to get off work, and I'm not going to let him walk home this time of night. Fair enough. Right, of course. Go. I'll figure something out. Of course, Mia thinks Sarah looks amazing. She does. She does indeed. It might be the beers. You still haven't found the damn ABV, but you catch a glimpse of Yolanda's mask slipping. It's nothing radical. She just looks tired. Exhausted. She looks the way you do after a day full of live streaming and tearing apart your kitchen. Before you take the time to think about it, I can help you. Huh? Oh, fuck. Now you have to commit to it. I can help you clean the place up, if you want. Why? You weren't prepared for this question. You were expecting a polite refusal since you are a complete stranger and had only been half serious. I have nothing else to do. I really liked your poetry and I don't have anything else to do. You can practically hear Alex face palming behind you. Come on, man. Sight gags are worthless in real life. Yolanda stares at you a couple seconds before smiling hesitantly. Sure, appreciate it. Come find me when people clear out, okay? I gotta go small talk a little bit more. I love the starstruck look. Just the precious. Oh my god, the little gap between the teeth. Precious. She joins the people milling around the stage, throwing you a brief glance over her shoulder. Mia agrees about her flustered face. Hey, I can't stay late enough for you to pick up chicks with your incredible room straightening skills. Or whatever. I got work in the morning. I'll just get an Uber. What? Why are you looking at me like I've got food all over my face? Well, you've got something on your face, but I was ignoring it because you told me to on Instagram. You elbow him. I'm not used to you being impulsive, that's all. Whatever. It's not like I have anything else to do. It's either that or sitting at home and posting. You love sitting at home and posting. Well, it's not good for my brain. Don't worry about me, you're not my real dad. You get Alex to leave with a bit more coaxing, and as soon as he's gone, you wish he hadn't. You need the phone charger from his car. You're at 30%. You need a phone to get home tonight. Shit, you were so bad at this whole going out and doing things element of life. Why bother? I gotta say, Inaya really resonates. Way more than Malik did. For sure. Just the anxiety is real. You put your phone on airplane mode and wait for the place to clear out. You keep waking up your screen and navigating to bitter before remembering you don't have any signal. It's practically a nervous tick. The boomers are right, you really do be on that phone. Luckily, now that the beers are sold out, people start to leave. And then it's just you and Yolanda and the mood lighting. She's counting cash from the makeshift bar with quick, practiced flicks of her fingers, stacking the bills in neat piles. Then she stands over the cash box, head bowed, like she's praying or thinking or resting her eyes. You get the sudden impulse to part her hair to get a look at the nape of her neck. An intensely creepy thought to have. Mia says, yes, agreed, I relate to her so hard. Yeah. She straightens up, and whatever spell she'd cast is broken. Hey, thanks again for staying. She's back to politely energetic. She doesn't need to put on her customer service act for you. You live stream. You know what people look like when they're performing. But you don't know her at all. What are you gonna say? Relax. No problem. Is there anything specific you want me to do? Can you stack the chairs? Not too high, 3 or 4 in a stack. Got it. Yes, I can definitely do that. You stack chairs. You only knock your elbow into one a couple times, and you only drop one twice. Did 2 beers do this to you? You are a little old lady. After you're done with the chairs, you sweep and take out the trash. You hate doing chores, but this is way less awful than doing them in your own apartment. Maybe because you weren't the one to make the mess in the first place. Why clean up when you're just going to get everything messy again? Clutter doesn't bother you like it seems to bother most people. It drove your mom crazy. Ooh, do you have a favorite poem, or when did you start writing poetry? Was hoping you'd say worship at your feet, but sure, I can stack chairs. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, they're both good questions. Fuck it. So, when did you start writing poetry? Huh? Uh-oh. She looks at you with such a strange expression that you wonder if you've committed some intense poet faux pas. Oh, I hope we haven't. Sorry, I didn't mean to make, like, first date small talk. I was just wondering. I liked your poem a lot. Oh, good, me also wanted that one. Good. Come on, Inaya. You already said that. Yolanda smiles again, looking slightly relieved, like she was worried you were trying to catch her in a lie. Oh, I don't even really remember. I've been scribbling stuff down since I could write, I think. Oh my God, the yellow feather pen, the yellow quill. I used to carry notebooks with me everywhere I went. I mean, I still do that, but I use the Notes app on my phone, too. Well, I've never written a poem in my life. I mean, I guess I've written roses are red, violets are blue type of poem, but that's it. Yolanda shrugs. To be honest, anyone can write poetry. She says it like she's had this conversation before. A lot of people must tell her about their dog shit poetry. What else do you say to a poet? Probably not everyone. There are so many people who barely have a personality. Yolanda laughs, one loud. Ha! I know that's right. Man, I don't mean to be rude or anything. Like, this is a safe space, you know? I don't want people to feel like they can't come here and be their true, authentic selves. But some people's authentic selves are boring. Yolanda closes the cash box and comes over to hold the dustpan for you. You sweep up a cocktail of dust, bottle caps, and little bits of plastic. We used to get this one girl, pretty young, like 21 or 22, and she'd always show up and just do these crazy long poems about the same dude. He sounded really weird, like he had birds, way too many birds. Wait, she talked about this guy's birds in her poem? God, yeah, literally in every piece. Maybe he cheated on her with a toucan. Yeah, she didn't last that long, but I think about her all the time. Wherever you are, bird girl, I hope you're doing good. Pour one out for bird girl. Pouring out invisible. I'm not going to pour out my actual drink. The two of you finish the cleanup, and now that you've bonded over making fun of some random girl's terrible poetry, Yolanda has warmed up to you. Not that you think she super likes mocking people. It's more that complaining can always bring people together. Back in college, the single easiest way to start up a conversation was bitching about the syllabus, the professor, the long distance between buildings on campus. You used to be good at making friends. You're not sure what happened. You kept snatching glances at her while you worked. Not to sound fake deep, but ever since you were a teenager, you've only been attracted to people you're intellectually stimulated by. Ugh, you hate hearing how that sounds even in your own brain. Like you're one of those sapiosexual dudes. But it's true. Celebrities, sure, you can be attracted to them for their looks or charisma, but in real life, it's always been difficult to connect unless they were interesting. Maybe that's not weird. Maybe it's normal. You don't have much basis for comparison. Yolanda isn't your type, but that's because you don't have a type. You have a list of attributes you'd pick and choose from to form a perfect human, like a Build-A-Bear workshop, but with someone you wanted to date. You mean it in a way that doesn't sound like a supervillain, though. The point is, you wouldn't be attracted to Yolanda if you hadn't heard her poem. But you did, so now you are. And now that that door is open, you're catching glimpses of her other good qualities. You hope she didn't see you looking at her ass. She's way out of your league. You, with your Instaglam cooking show and your unplucked eyebrows, your baggy overalls and unstyled hair. She owns a salon. You're surprised she let you hang around for this long. Which is why when the two of you finish up and she asks if you want to come over to her place, it knocks you out. No problem if not. I just know you mentioned you wanted to charge your phone, and I live basically upstairs. Right. She's being polite. Makes sense. Well, you don't need to be home at a reasonable hour. Tomorrow's the weekend, and you work at home for yourself, which means it's always the weekend, but more depressing. Say hell yes or say yes. I'm gonna go hell yes. Hell yeah! Sounds like fun. Aw, Yolanda looks pumped. Yolanda's apartment is nice and looks about the way you expected it to. You check out the small stack of books on the side table while Yolanda goes into her room to grab her phone charger. It's all poetry books. Alice Walker, June Jordan, Jupiter Hammond. Excuse me. Maya Angelou is the only one with a name you recognize, though you haven't actually ever read anything by her. She was just in the water through a lot of undergrad. Yolanda, the gal with infinite fish, throwing shade at Bird Guy. That is a fair point. She does have a lot of fish, and even wears, like, the fish, kerchief. Yolanda comes back in with the charger and a little baggie. You smoke? Not really. I used to, but I'm not actually that good at it. I suck at inhaling. It also makes you paranoid, but you don't really want to talk about that. I got edibles, actually. I don't smoke much either. Or at least I try not to. Okay. You say it before you can talk yourself out of it. Honestly, the paranoia usually isn't that bad, and it's not like you're gonna do much damage here. Oh god, no. Usually when you get paranoid, half of it comes from doom scrolling. Okay, we're gonna eat half the gummy. Just got a bad feeling about her eating the whole gummy. You eat the gummy she offers you and sit down on the couch. It's a way nicer couch than yours, and you doubt anyone has spent all day on it, lying around sweatily. Yolanda puts on some music, something cool and trippy that you're neither cool nor trippy enough to recognize. She sits down next to you and notices you looking at her stack of books. I promise you I read them. They're not just there to make me look smart. Oh, her blush is back. I mean, you do. Huh? Look smart, I mean. Yeah. I think half has to be the right call, right? Yolanda laughs. Oh, thanks. So do you? Hey, thanks. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Oh, so do you. Okay. I read that weirdly. Hey, thanks. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Well, the nicest thing anyone has said to me today. Yolanda snorts and opens a can of La Croix. But with a K. Oh, do you want one? Just people make fun of me for drinking it, so I always forget to offer. I'm good. I think La Croix tastes like a vague suggestion, but you do you. See? Everyone is so mean. Yolanda would drink La Croix. She just really seems like the type. It fits her perfectly. Whatever that type is, you're not actually sure. You wonder vaguely if you were her type, but then you reason that it doesn't actually matter. But like, of course you're not. You don't really think you're anyone's type. But of course it doesn't matter, because you don't care. That's not why you're here. Fuck, you've just been staring at her like an idiot. You good? Yeah, I was just thinking, it's actually super easy to make infused seltzer. Like agua fresca? Like, just sparkling water and fruit. It tastes way better than the stuff you get in cans. Not that there's anything wrong with getting stuff in cans. I should do a show on agua fresca now that I'm thinking about it. A show? Oh, I have an Instagram channel where I do cooking lives, stuff like that. You pull out your phone and bring up your page. You've got a ton of comments that Alex hasn't managed to go through yet, and a couple DMs, people trying to correct your technique, calling you a bitch, or offering you bad promotional deals. Oh! She takes your phone and flicks through your gallery. Oh my god, you're that Inaya! Alex has talked about you before. He works for you, doesn't he? Kind of, yeah. He just moderates for me. I'm not, like, his boss or anything. I don't know why I didn't think about it before. I guess I just think of you as Naya, because, you know, Naya's noms. Yeah! The name is stupid. It was just a joke. I didn't expect it to turn into a whole brand. Oh, she's so awkward. My heart hurts for her. Yeah. She's very relatable. Painfully relatable. I think it's cute. Yeah, that's why I don't like it. Yolanda tips her head to the side, looking at you. You don't like being cute? You shrug. I mean, baby chickens are cute. Little dogs with bows in their hair are cute. 6-foot-tall Pakistani girls are not cute. Sorry, I wasn't trying to, like, fish for compliments or anything. That just came out way too honest there. No, it's okay. Sorry if I said something to upset you. No, you didn't. It's just... I don't know. I've had a weird day. Yolanda tips her head to the side to show that she's listening. I mean, it's actually not been a weird day. It's been a totally normal day. I was stressed out at work. Then I went out and hung out with a friend at a social event. It's a normal thing to do, but it's kind of unusual for me. I don't get out much, and I definitely don't go to poetry readings. 'Cause they're corny. You wince. I'm gonna apologize. Sorry about that. I definitely did not mean to yell it across the goddamn room. To your extreme relief, Yolanda is smiling. It's cool. I'm just teasing. I know poetry isn't everybody's thing, and it's true a lot of amateur stuff is really fucking bad. I worry that my stuff is bad all the time. What? Are you kidding? You're fantastic. I mean, I know I just said that I don't know anything about poetry, but even I can tell that. Right. I know that I'm good, but also I worry that I just think I am. Like, am I actually just like that girl with the birdfucker boyfriend? I think I'm being real deep, but actually I'm just boring everyone with my terrible emotions? I understand that. I guess my job never really has me asking that, because obviously there's people willing to sub and donate, so I know people like my stuff. But then that becomes the whole way I have to tell if I'm doing good, right? Like if the subs go down, I think, well, I'm not as good as I used to be. If that makes sense. It makes sense. Blah, 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 gig economy, blah, blah. Yeah. Yolanda's hand is between the two of you on the couch. Without meaning to, you've inched closer together. Wow, okay, this hadn't been the plan, but whatever. Oh, Mia's living for Yolanda's blushes. You're very cute. Almost without realizing what you're doing, you start tracing your fingers across the back of her hand, appreciating how slender her fingers look beneath yours. Oh, got an Inaya blush too. Yolanda? Inaya? Wow, you're more stoned than you thought you were. See, this is why you don't fuck with edibles. It always feels like nothing. And then you could communicate with the squirrels that live behind your house. Hey, smooches. Precious. Let them enjoy the moment for a bit. Mia says, by the way, I disagree. Inaya is cute as fuck. She is. You kiss her before you can think better of it. She makes a brief noise of surprise before her mouth opens against yours and she leans into you a little. Oh no, my battery is running low. As you could have predicted, her mouth does not taste like anything because neither does La Croix. She makes a little sigh, like capitulation, like a shrug, and climbs into your lap. Her hands rest on your shoulders, almost politely. You try to remember why you started to kiss her, why you'd even pushed the car down this fucking hill when you have no idea where it's going to go. Not that you don't know what you're doing. You've hooked up with girls before. But you can see this trajectory as plain as day. You'll kiss some, maybe mess around, and then what? It'll be awkward. You're going to fuck it up. A perfectly good friendship, and you've gone and ruined it by starting down a road you're not prepared to drive down. Fuck, why do you always do this? Why can't you just have casual sex like a normal fucking person? You put your hands on Yolanda's shoulders, gently pushing her back. Are you okay? You bite your lip. God, why did you do that? Hey, Your breathing shakes. You're usually so good at talking. Why can you never get anything out in situations like this? Every inch of you thrums with the desire to just throw her off you and run. Wouldn't be the first time. Hey. She touches your face, not amorously. The touch is just comforting. Yeah, Mia, I was wondering the same thing, if they might be demi. Yeah. Could well be. Hey, it's okay. You snort, because it doesn't feel okay. You wish you hadn't kissed her. You wish you hadn't come here. You wish you hadn't left your fucking apartment. Fuck, Alex, this is all his fucking fault. Excuse me, Inaya. You are the one who asked him to take you out. I'm sorry. For what? You look at her, convinced she's making fun of you. Oh, no, there's the paranoia. You haven't done anything wrong. Unless you did and just haven't told me about it yet, but I don't know you very well. So if you robbed a bank or something, that's fine, I won't snitch. You laugh. It sounds watery even though you aren't crying. I just shouldn't have done that. I do this thing where I think I want something from somebody, and I do want it. But then there's a part of my brain that doesn't want it either. And that part gets wrapped up around all the other parts that do want it. And then it just makes everything into this half-wanting, half-scared mess, and I feel sick. Yolanda doesn't say anything. If that makes any sense. I'll be honest. It doesn't. Horror creeps through you. Fuck, you just made it worse. You figured she might be okay with meaningless babbling since she's a poet and all. Not that her poetry was meaningless babbling. At least you weren't saying any of this out loud. You weren't saying anything at all. But that's fine. If you don't want to make out, we don't have to. Your laugh just gets waterier. You probably think I'm a psycho. I think you're stoned and tired and kind of sad. She rolls off you and sits back down next to you on the couch. Inaya, it's fine. I was only kissing you back because honestly, I'm not very good at saying no to people. She focuses very hard on the lamp across the room. It is a pretty nice lamp. Oh, so you're just being nice to me. You're not sure how that feels. Worse, but also better, somehow. So I guess what this really means is we're both assholes. Yolanda gives you a swift look that breaks into a startled grin. Hey, sweetheart.
Hi. Hello, Yolanda. Hello, Fish Hat. Hello, new protagonist with lots of flair.
Inaya or Inaya?
Oh, right.
According to the pronunciation
Inaya.
guide, it's either Inaya or Inaya. They had like two possible pronunciations, which I hope I'm getting at least one of them correct. And apologies if I am not. Oh, Mia says hi.
Hey, hi Mia.
Yeah, I guess we are. Do you want to release the beasts and see if they'll behave? They've been in there for an hour.
Okay.
Because I forgot to let them out again. Yes, the kittens were sent to their room before I started streaming because they both committed very serious crimes. Little Bear jumped up on the counter and was licking his papa's soup bowl. And Gideon, hi princess, climbed up the back of a chair and used that to attempt to climb onto the coat rack. You know, the coat rack that she's always attacking, and it's kind of wobbly and, you know, not very safe. Yeah, she is now trying to climb onto it like a little mountain goat.
She is a little mountain
With
goat.
potentially disastrous consequences. So, yeah, containment for both. But now they are released. She squeezes your thigh. You're alright, Miss Noms. I fuck with you. Thanks. I fuck with you too. Wow, you really are stoned. And for the record, you don't have to be scared to say no to me. I'll even leave if you want me to. I thought all crimes were legal for kitties, though. No. That is what they think. It's not what we think. Yolanda shakes her head. You don't need to leave. Like I said, you're good. That can just be a thing we tried that didn't work. An inexpressible wave of gratitude rolls over you. The realization that Yolanda is in fact not some test or quick-time event that you have to pass or fail. That she is a person to whom you can explain your thoughts and actions, not a faceless wall of text or a cold algorithm. Hey, princess. Saying no now doesn't mean you have to say no forever. Well, maybe not with Yolanda. You probably burned the sex-having bridge for this situation, but with other people. You don't, in fact, have to make the same mistakes again and again, like some wind-up toy set on a trajectory of failure. You could meet someone new at any time. Anything could happen. And for now, you'll be happy to chill with a friend. And that's pretty cool. Aww. Oh my god. That is adorable. Half a gummy into a new friendship. Okay. It always looks like there's gonna be so much more to scroll through, and it's like, no, it just... nothing.
New, next episode.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then. Ashley. Liking the septum piercing. Oh, very cute. So happy we didn't traumatize Yolanda again. Seriously.
Do we get to play as Yolanda?
I don't think so. At least in this volume.
Gotcha.
I think it's Malik, Inaya, Isabelle. So, for those who loved Isabelle, she'll be a playable protagonist in the next story thing.
Cool.
And then Emhari, I think, might be the last one who we have not met yet.
Oh, what about the MILF?
I don't know when the MILF comes into it.
Well, I mean, yeah. Mia, when does the MILF come into it?
Okay, Ashley. Hi, little prince. What's up, baby? Oh, he's got such cute little boots and
Baby,
buttons.
if I knew where your spring was, I would throw it for you, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, baking with a straight girl. Content warnings for ableist language and harassment. Okay. He is a cute little cutie boy. Predictably, you sleep through your alarm. Mia says, I don't know, waiting with bated breath. We'll see. I need to, you know, go through their Twitter and everything and see if they've announced, like, if that's in Volume 1 or if it's in Volume 2, which isn't out yet, or, you know. We will find out. You've been meaning to stop doing that for a while, like really working on getting your shit together and not immediately slamming the snooze button again and again like a reflex. You've seen influencers saying shit that you shouldn't rely on your phone for that. You should get an old school alarm clock and put it across the room and therefore force yourself to get up and walk across the room to turn it off. But that sounds like hell, actually. I used to do that when I was in college. Because I usually had, like, 8:30 a.m. classes, and my, oh god, like my first year, I'm pretty sure it was like a mile walk to my building. Like my student apartment was like pretty much the full diameter of campus from the art building. Hi, little prince.
I used to do that, and I would get up, turn off the alarm, and then go right back to sleep.
But yeah, our art classes were 6 hours. In like 2 3-hour blocks with a 2-hour break in between, which was supposedly a lunch break, but a lot of kids snuck in a 90-minute class in there. More power to them. I don't think I ever did that, because it sounds like hell. So yeah, they had to start really early. So I'd have to get up at like 7:30 to eat breakfast and walk across campus to be in class by 8:30. And then I wouldn't get out of class until after 4 something, I think. Yeah, good times. Oh god, 6-hour classes. Yeah, but they were only 1 day a week, each one of those. You'd have a new painting due each week, because, you know, oil paint dries super fast, and for anybody who has never made an oil painting, oil paint does not dry super fast. It dries so slowly. And all my art teachers insisted on making us paint in oils. Not acrylic, only oils. And yet we'd have a painting due every fucking week, and oil paint stays wet for weeks, if not months, and in some cases, potentially years. You were up late last night, okay? Doing a normal thing, hanging out with someone at her apartment. Even if you did make a totally disastrous move on her, which maybe would have turned out okay if you hadn't acted like a total freak on her. Well, it could have been worse, because from what she told you, she wasn't that into you. She was just going with the flow, which sucks. Anyway, after getting that awkwardness out of the way, Yolanda turned out to be cool. You watched some bullshit reality TV, which typically you hate, but with Yolanda it was fun. You get why people are into that stuff. The point is, you wake up at the crack of noon, feeling refreshed and ready to plan your next live stream. You grab your laptop from the floor beside your bed and tab over to your schedule. Well, you say schedule. It's just a text document full of a bunch of indecipherable notes and dates scribbled for when you think you might want to do a video. Whatever. The next thing on your list is gnocchi. You could go for some gnocchi, seriously. I mean, that sounds like you shouldn't make it on stream because you cook everything terribly when you're on stream, apparently. I will say, like, from the times when we have cooked or baked on stream, it is much more difficult than doing it off stream. Because you're, like, paying attention to what you're doing and also to the whole stream situation happening. Yeah. Unfortunately, it seems you have fucked up. You were hoping not to have to leave your apartment at all today, but you already know you're out of flour. Shit. Go get some flour or make something else. Ooh. I mean, they're craving gnocchi, so let's go get some flour. Can't really make pasta without flour, right? Flour really should be one of those universal constants. You really shouldn't be able to run out of flour. It should really be a renewable resource like water. Little bear, get out of the sink, sweetie. Little bear. Little bear. Down, sir. Little bear, down. There should be a flower cycle, where the flower gets used, goes into the atmosphere, and then comes back down from the clouds as more flower. You really want that gnocchi, though, so you begrudgingly change into pants and head out. You get a coffee on the way. You're feeling good by the time you reach the supermarket. The store is playing Marina and the Diamonds, and you sort of sing along as you make your way down the aisle, squinting a little in the fluorescent light. Supermarkets are weird liminal spaces no matter what time of day, empty or crowded. Well, the baking section looks weirdly barren. Very little sugar, absolutely no yeast, chocolate chips all tossed around like a tornado blew through. How does this even happen? Stay focused or brief reverie. Let's stay on target. We have a task. At least there is one more bag of flour. You can just snatch it up and... Instead of meeting the powdery paper of the bag... Blah, 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 blah. Instead of meeting the powdery paper of the bag of flour, you feel warm skin beneath your fingers. Looking again, you find a brown hand besides yours on the bag, nails painted a shiny pink. You both snatch your fingers back at the same time. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. Little bear, don't attack the coat rack, sweetie. Don't do it, sir. Don't do it, sir. The hand belongs to a short girl who looks... Man, there really is no other word for it. She looks rough. Like you after one of your sleepless nights falling down holes on Reddit name-searching yourself. Dark circles curve beneath her eyes, their edges red and puffy. She must have recently been crying. Her hair is pulled back from her forehead, lopsided, like she hadn't bothered to check herself out in the mirror before leaving the house. Honestly, this is how you look most days out of the week. But despite all that, the look in this girl's eyes is terrifying, to say the very least. She looks at you like she can't believe that you are here, in the flesh, getting in the way of her attempt to grab the last bag of flour. Mia says she can have the flour and or everything she wants. Oh, Mr. Bear. If you hear any weird sounds, that is Little Bear clawing at the door.
I want to be hugged by Papa.
No, I want to play with peacock feathers.
What?
Yeah, I want to be a nuisance.
Okay, but you're gonna get hugging, okay?
Okay, I'll tolerate it from me on it.
Oh, and there goes my computer battery. On the little computer. I can still play the game, but I can no longer see chat.
Do you want me to get you a
Yes, please. That would be fantastic.
Okay, when I'm done hugging.
Yeah, can you bring your son to the camera so people can see him, or he'll only tolerate it in the doorway? Okay.
I'll only tolerate it in the doorway.
Hey, I need this. I really, really need this. I'm making a cake, okay? You swallow. You would never presume to tell this girl that she can't have her baking supplies, but actually, if you're making a cake, shouldn't you be using cake flour? The girl blinks. What? Well, cake flour is the same as all-purpose flour, it's just sifted finer. You can sift all-purpose flour to that consistency on your own, but who has the time to do that, right? And who even has a sifter in this economy, right? Man, you are babbling. You are just absolutely going. What are you? Some sort of chef? Yeah, actually, I am. Oop. I hit a button accidentally, sorry. I love how taken aback she is. Oh. The girl's eyes widen and she shuts her mouth. Her shoulders slump. Jesus Christ, obviously you should take it. I don't really need it. I just wanted to make a cake because I'm having a bad day. And obviously if you need it for work, it's way more important that you have it. I was not expecting her to be so reasonable about this. God knows I don't need any more sweets. Like, that's literally all I've been eating all week. I mean, she looks like she could stand to eat some more sweets. She'll be fine. I mean, not all week. I haven't been like this all week. It's just been a really bad day. But okay, you should definitely take the flower, because you need it more than me, because it's, like, your job. I think I already said that. She says all of that in one breath. You're worried that this girl might be having some sort of an episode, and if that's true, you need to get her to a professional as soon as you can, because, oh boy, are you not equipped to deal with this. Honestly, you did not come out here for this sort of situation, especially considering your own mental health has recently been hanging on by a single neuron. But then she closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. Sorry. That was weird, right? I think I just said a lot of weird shit. She starts to turn away, and before you can stop yourself, you do something wildly out of character. It's just not in your toolset to make other people's problems your own. Look, hey, I'm not trying to get all up in your business or anything, because that's just not what I'm about, but you don't seem okay. No. Seriously, I'm fine. She bites at her lip. The store intercom crackles to life to report a spill in aisle 2. You know what? No, I'm not okay. Like I said, I've had a crappy last 24 hours. Like, your boyfriend breaks up with you, and then takes your entire friend group with him. Level crappy. They even kicked me out of the fucking group chat. And, worst of all, this isn't even the first time that this has happened. This exact scenario. Where the person I'm dating is done with me, and then all the friends that I've made in the time since we started seeing each other leave too. Even people who were my friends first. They always choose him. Another announcement. Looks like they're still looking for someone to clean up aisle 2. Wow, that's heavy. Yeah, sorry. I know I'm being extremely normal right now, just spouting off to some stranger in a grocery store. Good little
Playing
bear.
Mylar ball with my leg.
Oh, naughty boy. It's fine, but do I know you from somewhere? You just look familiar. I don't know. Were you maybe friends with my crappy ex and the crappy people that he hangs out with? I don't have that many friends in real life. Unless you know an Alex? Alex Reza? The girl shakes her head. Ooh. Oh, maybe she knows Yolanda, or guess that's not it. Do you know my one other friend? Oh, maybe she knows Yolanda? Or, oh, maybe Yolanda? Although I guess I only met Yolanda yesterday, so we really couldn't have mutual friends. Fair point. The girl is making a face like maybe she does know Yolanda, but she doesn't seem inclined to talk about it. Interesting. Which is fine, because, wow, you really are just standing in the middle of a grocery store, pouring out your hearts to each other like this is a goddamn meet cute. Isn't it, though? I don't know. I stream sometimes, you know, like games, whatever. Oh, shit! That is what it is! That is how I know you! I mean, she's only the second person, so I'm assuming they're not gonna end up together.
Then good. Then we're the only streamer power couple. Gideon playing
Oh my
quiet,
goodness.
noisy roll.
Noisy ball. This girl's voice is totally familiar to you, and so is her hair and her forehead, and just all the parts of a streamer that you see when you're just casually glancing at your screen when you have their stream on in the background for noise. Oh good, I'm glad I'm not the only person who does that. I like constantly have streamers on in the background when I'm doing stuff. Just have some friendly background noise. You've probably heard Ashley's voice more than you have some of your real-life friends, which is pathetic. There are definitely streamers whose voices I have heard more than my actual friends. I like your Apex streams. Thanks. Anyway, one of us should probably grab the flowers, so... She trails off as both of you turn to stare at the empty space on the shelf next to you. You look down the aisle to where a bald-headed guy with a stoop and a pair of Of, I'm assuming bikies rather than bikes. Did that old-ass man just take our flour? Yeah, I think so. Looks like he can barely lift it. The two of you laugh, bonding over making fun of a senior citizen. For real, though, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have wasted all your time babbling like that. If you want, I could give you the money and you could go to another store. I feel like I at least owe you that at this point. You have no idea what she's talking about. Then you realize that she's offering to buy the flour for you. Oh my god, don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. I can just make something else for my stream. I'll do shakshuka. Shakshuka. There we go. Shakshuka. I have a bunch of tomatoes about to go bad. What? You've never had it? It's super good. You should try it. It's like, well, it's mostly just eggs and tomatoes, which I know sounds kind of weird, but it's great. I promise. And it does sound pretty good, and I don't even really like tomatoes. Actually, why don't you come back to my place? That is the most flirtatious way that you can ask that kind of question. Huh? I've been meaning to have a guest on one of my streams for a while. Liar. And it's fun to teach someone else how to cook. It's not, actually, but you've suddenly realized that you very much don't want to be alone right now, even if that means hanging out with a total stranger. Well, not a total stranger. You do like her streamer voice. How do you know that I need someone to teach me how to cook? Oh, I guess... I'm just kidding. I can't cook for shit. The cake I was planning to make probably would have turned out terrible. I bake a lot, but it's never that good. But... She folds her arms and tips her head to the side. How do I know you aren't a serial killer? How do I know you aren't a serial killer? We could both be serial killers. Like that Brangelina movie where they're both assassins who try to kill each other, but with more being online. Ashley quirks an eyebrow. Well, I don't have anything else to do. Let's do it. All right. Cool. Naya Noms. What's up? It's me again, catching up on Naya's Noms. No comments. Save your crit for the end, please. Yes, ma'am. We're making shakshuka today, folks. It's one of the top requested recipes on my Patreon, which is weird since it's maybe the easiest thing in the world to make. I think maybe the cast iron skillet psychs people out. You turn to your guest, who is all suited up in a spare apron, hair pulled back from her face more cleanly than before. Her skin tone is close enough to yours that you were able to share your foundation, which you know you're not supposed to do, but whatever. As mentioned earlier, you don't have herpes. First, let me introduce my lovely assistant. This is Ashley. Ashley, say hi to everyone. Hi, everyone. I literally just met Ashley an hour ago. This is 100% real and not fake. She's telling the truth. We ran into each other at the grocery store. I know by saying 100% real, not fake, she's made this sound absolutely fake. But it's real. I see some of you in the chat recognize her. That's awesome. Welcome! Glancing at the chat, it's moving faster than it ever has before. Before you went live, Ashley shouted you out on all her accounts, and the subscriptions are pouring in almost faster than you can keep up with. For a moment, you lose your train of thought. You're being hit by so much intense social media cloud dopamine, you don't know what to do. Anyway, let's make shakshuka. As you can see, it's a lot of very simple ingredients. Garlic, of course. Hella tomatoes. I know someone in the comments, someone is going to ask in the comments if canned tomatoes are okay, and usually I'm all about taking every shortcut you can, but this time it really does need to be actual tomatoes. And you're going to want to take the seeds out, because tomato seeds are bitter. So basically, any tomato is fine, but you want to avoid the more seedy ones like Roma tomatoes. Seedy? That makes the tomatoes sound sketch as fuck. Seedful? Full of seeds. Whatever. Just don't use Roma tomatoes unless you want to suffer. You hear Ashley huff a laugh next to you. You aren't sure if she's laughing at your cool tomato jokes or just at you, babbling worse than you usually do. Unable to help yourself, your eyes flick to the comments. You promised yourself you wouldn't do that, but you're all unsettled from having your usual streaming routine shaken up. Aromatic Rabbit says, "Holy shit, that really is XX Ash Bun." Hybernova Camel says, "Do you think they actually just..." I'm assuming it's met and then... Aromatic Rabbit. Well, of course not. It's just a hook, so... Oh my god, what if they're... Hybernova Camel. Well then, how the heck did they... Cat Makes Cake. Oh my god, what if they're dating? You roll your eyes. Y'all need to be normal about this, please. Ashley's my guest. Be cool. Baby girl, what you doing? Speaking of being cool. You have your quiet ball. One moment, I need to throw something for my cat. Oh, it hit the door. Sorry, baby. Did that go into her water dish?
No.
Okay, good. Sorry, baby girl. I tried to throw it for you, but Passer accidentally hit the door. Oh, good girl. Ashley is my guest. Be cool. You should have known people were going to start shipping the two of you immediately. Your fans are just like that, God bless them. Ugh, fucking toxic socks. Fuck you. You flush and yank your eyes away from the screen. This is why you don't read the fucking comments. God, you hope Ashley hadn't seen that. It's true that you don't pluck your eyebrows much, but who has the time? You do not need to pluck your eyebrows. Your eyebrows are fabulous. I say as someone who also has a bit of a unibrow, but my hair is fairly light, so it's just very blonde, so you can't really see it on camera. I don't think our camera's that good, but it's there. You get down to it, showing the best way to decore and seed the tomatoes before scraping them into a bowl. You saute the garlic, pop open the tomato paste, and line the eggs up in a row. Ashley is a good co-host. She clearly has a lot of experience talking to an audience, which you knew going in, but she responds well to all your cheesy attempts at jokes and makes them better. And she turns out to be a way better cook than she had initially let on. Initially, you just planned to let her slice the bread at the end, but you end up being able to just assign half of it to her. She doesn't get shitty about being bossed around in the kitchen either, which you'd been afraid she might. Wow, I have never seen this many tomatoes before in one place. She breaks off abruptly. Huh? I lost you. You say it before you remember that you can't lose her. You're in the same room as her. You can't drop her on a call. Ashley? You turn and find her staring down at the counter. At first you think she's messed something up or broken a kitchen implement and is too nervous to tell you on stream. But then you see that she isn't staring at the counter after all. She's staring at the monitor. God, is your stupid fan base acting foolish again? Then you glance at the screen. One person has taken over the comments section. God, did you forget to limit people's ability to post multiple comments? You are such an amateur. Ooh. DNAP. Ben. Okay. Yeah. Some username. Stupid dumb bitch, she's so toxic. You scan it as quickly as you can, lungs tightening up as you read. It's all about Ashley and none of it is complimentary. Fuck that person. In fact, this seems to be a burner account of someone with a personal bone to pick with her. It's just rows after rows of various crimes. She's abusive, she's mean, she's toxic, she's a bully, she's problematic. The person posts a link to a call-out post. Alex does his job and gets rid of the slanderous comments as fast as he can, and he bans the person. But right away a new account signs in and starts repeating all of this slander. Beside you, you feel Ashley getting more and more upset. You don't know what to do. If you shut it down, this will be the second live stream that you've shut down early because of drama. Last time it was just your own personal drama that you made up in your head, but still. Poor Ashley. Ashley. I'm fine. She is clearly not fine. You spit some bullshit about having to wrap stuff up early because Ashley has another stream to get to. You're not even sure what you're saying anymore. Then you shut it all down. I am so sorry about that. You were going to think I'm a total amateur for this. I really should have made it so that you can't post with a new account. Alex told me to do that like months ago, but I keep putting it off. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get my own chat back up. Now that the computer has enough charge. Alright. Ashley faces away from you. Her shoulder is shaking. Didn't I tell you that I'm not mad? Why did you shut it down? I didn't ask you to do that. Yeah, that definitely sounds like somebody who's not at all mad. This is your job, isn't it? She whips back towards you, face contorted in anger. You take a step back, surprised. How are you supposed to get anywhere with this if you just break down over nothing like this? You shake your head. I wasn't breaking down or anything like that. I just thought you looked upset. Well, I wasn't, okay? She yells so loud that you wince, clutching at your head as pain flares up the back of your neck. You've been hovering on the edges of a migraine all day, and this isn't helping. Okay, so I do have the chat back now. I can't see what has been posted in the time that it was down, but I can see new stuff. Ashley's eyes lose their fire for just a moment before flaring back to life. See? That person in there was right. I am awful and toxic. You don't want me here. She's shouting so loud it rings down off the ceiling.
Hun, would it be alright if I put the fan on for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe put it on low?
Yeah.
Okay. So there might be some loud noise.
I just don't want the smoke alarm to go off.
Yeah. Mia says, the list of folks from Naya's Nom's comment section I want to fight grows. Alright, we're not going to yell back. We're going to try to defuse the situation. Hey, you want something to drink? You've never been good when someone was having a crisis. You're not even good when you yourself are having a crisis. Turning to your fridge, you take out 2 bottles of water and pass one over to Ashley. Her eyes are still blazing, but she reaches out and takes the water. She holds it, one hand poised over the cap without opening it. She's looking at the ground. Her volume is more reasonable, voice trembling at the edges. You realize that if she leaves now, you'll probably never see her again. And okay, it's not like the two of you are besties. You've known her for about 2 hours. But still, you don't want her to just wander out into the gloomy Saturday with that look on her face. Listen, I'm not going to pretend I know what's going on with you. Or like, after school special you or whatever. But you seemed pretty nice to me until that person rolled in and started being a dickhead. So you can leave if you want, but don't leave because you think I'm going to kick you out or anything. Because I'm not. Ashley is still staring at the ground, but something in the set of her shoulders tells you that she's listening. That stuff you were telling about sounds pretty heavy. I'm playing with your noisy toy, baby girl. So if you hear something chirping in the background, that is a cat toy. Called the Ball of Furry Fury. Yes, that is its actual name. We could just chill. Ashley finally pops the top on her water. That sounds good. The two of you clear up the kitchen together, tossing the half-finished shakshuka and ordering takeout instead. Aw, why don't you just finish cooking it? It's really more of a curry kind of day, actually. Alex always says that for a professional chef, you sure love ordering food. You gotta taste what's out there. You say that for someone who works in a bank, he sure loves using ATM machines. He tells you that doesn't actually make any sense, and you tell him to go fuck himself. Your apartment has a dishwasher, but Ashley doesn't use it. She washes, rinses, and dries all the cookware before finding the places in the kitchen where it belongs and putting it away. Back when you'd first moved in, you'd ignored the dishwasher too. You hadn't grown up with one. I gotta say, like, we have a dishwasher now. Unlike, the last few places I've lived for most of my life. And it is amazing, like, especially if you struggle with depression and, like, sensory stuff. Oh my god, it is a life changer. It's fantastic. Sorry for, you know, freaking the fuck out multiple times. I just wasn't ready for that. It's okay. You take the dish towel from her and start drying while she rinses. Do you have any idea who that person was? The troll? Ashley's mouth does something bitter and complicated. I've had a suspicion. No way she'd ever admit to it, though. Someone I used to hang out with who I know never liked me. And now that I'm not in the group anymore, I'm fair game, you know? You don't know, actually. You've never had a falling out with a group. You've never had a group to fall out with. Wow. That's depressing. Sorry it fucked up your stream. Whatever. They can wait. I'll record something and post it later this week. They don't all have to be live. I've been thinking about cutting down on the amount of them I post anyway. It's a lot of work. Yeah, I do a lot of streaming too, and it's about 10 times more exhausting than it should be. You smile. Streamer girlfriends. Ashley seems kind of high maintenance, to be perfectly honest, but also like she understands you on a level most people don't. The level of modest internet fame and a following of slightly annoying people who you nevertheless cherish. You don't think you could date Ashley. Not that you think she's right when she yelled that she's a terrible person who doesn't deserve love. She's just a little more than you could take right now. But you absolutely wouldn't mind being her friend. That you can do. Aww. Ooh, she's got good delts. They've both got good delts. Okay. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Oh, there's Emhari. Cute. Alright. We're blazing through these today. Hi, babies. That was a sweet ending. Yeah, I seem to be getting, like, the good ending more consistently. Oh, what was the title to that one? Hang on. Let's see if I can catch it on delay. Swooned at the lesbian bar. Yes, please. Okay. Content warnings, alcohol, suicide mention, and not safe for work. Okay, then. That'll be $12. You freeze. It's loud in here. You absolutely had to have heard wrong. How much? $12. 1 dozen American dollars. For a gin and tonic? Inaya, don't be cheap. Just pay it. Cheap? $12? The bartender raises a heavily pierced eyebrow at you. They have clearly had this argument before. Cocktails are $12. Okay, slow down. A gin and tonic is not a cocktail. A gin and tonic is what you drink when you're trying to watch your carbs while all your friends drink margaritas. Are you trying to watch your carbs? No, I just wanted a fucking gin and tonic. You sigh and slide the bartender 20. Mia says, Emhari, I am so here for all these love interests so far, my lord. I'm even falling for the green-haired bartender. Help. The character design in this is so lovely. Mm-hmm. Keep the change. That's a big tip. You regret it instantly. Money doesn't grow on trees, but at least the bartender looks slightly mollified at you being a Karen at him over a sticky nightclub bar. Because that's where you are. It's once again Friday night, and Alex has dragged you out to party with some friends. You know that pretending you don't know anything about nightclubs is pretty passé at this point, but you aren't pretending. You legitimately have been to one club in your life when you were underage and therefore jittery all night that someone was going to come up to you and demand your birth certificate. This place is relatively new, but it still has an air of grunginess, too. It's probably deliberate. The music is too loud, which is an old man thing to say, but it's true, and everyone here smells like a combination of armpit and body spray. You'd have thought a lesbian club would smell slightly less like a middle school girl's locker room, but actually you have no idea why you thought that. That makes perfect sense. Baby boy, please stop clawing the door. So if you're hearing scratching and clicking and rattling, that's Little Bear scratching on the office door. Baby boy, Pulsar is literally right here next to you, and you are ignoring me to bother your papa, who is working.
Oh my god, it worked!
Hang on, we've got a cat potentially in Kitten Cam zone if she will allow. Let me see if I can get Kitten Cam working. Princess. There is our Gideon. What a cool girl. You were slightly nervous about coming to a lesbian bar because you're not technically a lesbian, but Alex assured you nobody offline actually cares about that as long as you have money. And Alex is even less of a lesbian than you are, so you figure it's fine. Little Bear, please stop. Oh my god. This cat. What do you think? You take a tiny sip of your gin and tonic. Thing cost you like twice the national minimum wage. You're taking your time with it. Not bad. I mean, I've been to worse clubs. Have you really? I mean, yes, I've been to one club, and it was in fact worse than this. Alex laughs and shakes his head. He's drinking something you think might be an appletini. You've never actually seen anyone drink an appletini in real life. Usually it's just gay guys drinking them on network TV. In fact, most of your experience with nightlife has been through media consumption. You've always really liked bar and club scenes in books and movies, just not in real life. And Kitten Cam done. I'm gonna go find Belle and Simon. I lost them over by the bathroom. I'll stay here. Will you be okay on your own? Yes, Dad. I'm fine, see? You take a slurpy sip of your drink. I've got my gold-plated cocktail to keep me company. Alex shakes his head and eels through the crowd, his broad shoulders swallowed up in the press. Once he's out of sight, you let yourself lean back against the bar. As long as you can keep something solid to your back, it should be okay. Your issues with crowded spaces don't extend so far that you can't have a normal night out with your friends. Well, your friend and your friend's friends. Belle and Simon are nice, but you haven't known them long. In fact, you aren't sure which one of them is Simon and which is Belle. Without thinking about it, you've inhaled most of your expensive drink. Fuck it. You knock the rest back and set the glass down, enjoying the burn of the gin down to your stomach. It punts you over to that layer of tipsy where you start feeling good about the world rather than anxious. You'll pay for it in extra anxiety tomorrow, but that's just how the scales balance out. Yin and yang, or something. The music changes to a song you actually like. If you were home in your living room, you'd get up and dance. Here, no way. Surreptitiously, you glance from side to side to check if Alex has come back for you. You told him you don't mind being on your own here, but now that you've finished your drink, you're just propping up the bar like an asshole. You're getting in the way of paying customers at the very least. Instead of Alex, your gaze lands on one of the most striking people you've ever seen, outside of a photoshopped picture at least. And they Your brain scrambles to correct, fighting back against years of societal conditioning to immediately gender everyone you see. Looks like they belong here. Hi. Well, they have an undercut and they're wearing makeup. Again, you wish you'd put a little more of an effort in. You always do this. You don't want to seem like you're putting in zero effort because... what? You're not sure. What would happen if you made an effort? You'd have to acknowledge your disappointment when that effort didn't lead anywhere. Oof. And here you are, just gaping at a beautiful person and feeling bad about yourself. Idiot. And then that beautiful person leans in closer to you, taps your empty glass with their knuckles, and says, "Can I buy you another one?" You resist glancing over your shoulder like this is a cartoon, but it's narrow. They couldn't be talking to anyone else. They are looking right at you. They're $12. Oh, so cute. They laugh. Pretty standard for this part of town. Gin and tonic? You nod. The person flags down the bartender way faster than you did, standing up on their tiptoes and getting in their face. They turn back to you once they've put their drink orders in. I'm Emhari. Inaya? You offer to shake hands, which feels silly, but Emhari doesn't hesitate. Their hands are incredibly smooth. Do you, can you tell me your pronouns? You wince internally. You always feel embarrassed when you ask this in real life, even though you shouldn't. Even though it's a completely normal and socially acceptable thing to say, you still hear your dad sneering about political correctness gone wild. Emhari doesn't blink. She or he, just mix it up. You? Oh, she is fine. You go by they online, but you don't like to be annoying in real life. You're literally wearing a she-they pin, like it's fine. And you hate that you think you annoy people. Basically, how you feel about your gender is an endless Russian nesting doll of embarrassment, shame, and shame at your embarrassment. And now you've absolutely missed whatever Emhari has said because you're too busy feeling weird about yourself. Story of your life. Sorry, what? I asked, do you come here often? As a joke, you know? My God. Little bear, baby, leave your papa alone, sweetie. Leave your papa alone, baby. Papa doesn't have to play with you every second of every day. But now that I have to repeat it, I'm realizing that probably the only thing more annoying than asking someone if they come here often is joking about whether they come here often. Well, I don't come here often. This is my first time. Are you here alone? No, my friends are here. Well, friend. And he has people who are more fun than I am, so... well, that's his loss. I'm having a great time with you. Okay, we have another potential kitten. Are you gonna behave, sweetie? Are you gonna curl up? You gonna be Pastor's good boy? You Pastor's good boy? My good little bear? He's such a sweetie. Yes, Princess Gideon? Little bear. Oh, he's so handsome. Such a handsome bear. Okay. Do you? Do I what? Come here often. The strobing, swinging lights highlight his cheekbones. He has a killer profile. More often than I probably should. The drinks appear on the bar top considerably faster than they had when you ordered for yourself, even though there were two. Well, Emhari is just drinking something in a can, so probably not much of a pain to prepare. Don't be nosy or ask what he's drinking. Curious. What are you drinking? That's a normal thing to ask, right? Princess, what are you doing? Oh my god, she's in a box full of crinkly paper. Mia's shipping them so hard right now. Oh, it's just seltzer. I don't drink. Is it a religious thing, or... it just makes me feel sick. Oh? You feel a little awkward. Chances are your drink cost him like 10 times more than a seltzer. You pick up your glass and resolve to drink slower this time. You keep expecting for Emhari to leave, but he bought you a drink. That means he's interested in you, right? Or maybe he was just being polite because you're so very obviously not in your element? She's totally hitting on you. It's cool. You accidentally take another huge gulp of your drink. The lights are beginning to go streaky in the corner of your vision. Do you want to dance? Do you want to dance? I wouldn't have asked if I didn't want to. Okay, I guess. Fair warning, I am bad at it. Nobody is actually good at dancing to dance music. That's why it's all rhythm. It's the great equalizer. Are you a musician? No, I just like to dance. Come on. He drains his drink in one gulp, which you take as license to do the same. She's about half your size, but evidently he holds his liquor a lot better than you do. You clearly shouldn't listen to him when he says that dancing prowess doesn't matter. Of course it does. He's probably an amazing dancer. She looks like it. He has the body for it. And she is. The thing is, dancing with him makes you feel like you might be a good dancer too. It's not like you have no rhythm, or you dance like one of those straight guys who just sort of just sway from side to side. Just, you've always felt like you're a little too big to be much good at dancing. You take up too much space. You're all elbows all over the place. With Emhari, you don't think about that too much until you step on someone's foot. Ouch! Sorry, my bad. Alex? Alex looks down at you. His hair is a sweaty disaster, eyeliner running slightly from one eye. You're dancing? I just noticed, yeah, he does have, like, fabulous, like, winged eyeliner. Just impeccable. Probably shouldn't be wearing, like, a massive coat in a dance club, though. Like, it's hard. Or is it, like, it's hard? He grins. Without realizing it, you and Emhari have opened up a little bit to allow Alex to join your circle. Now all you need is someone in the middle, and this will be like one of those breakdancing circles the kids used to get into during middle school dances. Who's your friend? What? You can't hear anything over the pounding music. Alex just shakes his head. Maybe it's the alcohol, or maybe it's the reassuring presence of your best friend and the hottest person you've seen in a while, but you get lost in it. The music, the movements, the sensation of momentarily existing outside of time. Oops. Maybe this is why people go to clubs in the first place. When you dance at home, it's always to work out a little bit of tension in between doing work or chores, or worrying about doing work or chores. Here, your mind goes astonishingly blank. Somehow you end up pressed up close to Emhari, pinned by the crowd and separated from Alex. From the look on his face, he doesn't mind at all. He's looking at your mouth. Or maybe she's just looking straight ahead. You're about the same height, so that would make sense. Fuck, what if he tries to kiss you? Well, so what? You definitely are not going to freak the fuck out this time. You can kiss someone and be normal about it. You are a grown woman. You are so convinced that he is going to kiss you that you are absolutely unprepared when he leans in and goes for your ear instead of your mouth. My little prince. Kitten cam back on. Is it working now? It is working. Oh, good. He handsome. Handsome boy. I kind of want to leave. He's pressed as close as she can in order to not be overheard. The music is, if possible, even louder than before. Oh. You feel a bite of disappointment deep inside you, immediately overwhelmed by shame. Idiot. Why in the world would someone like him want someone like you? But then he keeps talking. Do you want to get out of here? You do, in fact, want to get out of here. You're beginning to sober up, the edges of your anxiety creeping back in. You could push yourself back to the crest of the wave with another drink, but that would be another 12 American dollars, and you would regret it in the morning. Do you want to get out of here with Emhari? Absolutely. Half of you absolutely wants to do that, and that part of you nods your head before the other half can start freaking out about it. You grab up the last strings of your buzz and shoulder yourself through the seething crowd, trying to locate Alex to let him know that you'll be leaving with someone and you don't need a ride home. Here, come on. Ooh, I'm gonna grab his hand. Unthinkingly, you grab Emhari's wrist to keep him close in the crowd. His fingers slip into yours and a shivering bolt of heat rolls down your spine. Okay. What are you doing? He says it against your ear, more whispery than is probably strictly necessary. I'm looking for Alex. I want to tell him not to wait for me. Can't you just text him? Wow, you totally could do that. Yes, actually. That would be the ideal decision, because then you wouldn't have to explain where you're going, and you wouldn't express condescending shock that you actually might be getting late, and you wouldn't have to explain to Emhari how absolutely rarely you go home with people from clubs. I mean, she's only been to like one club, so... Rarely, as in never ever. There you go. So you let Emhari drag you in the opposite direction and out into the breezy evening. At least you haven't sobered up completely. If you had, you might start worrying that this tiny person is in fact a serial killer who is planning to slice you open and play with your insides, and that's the reason that he hadn't wanted to bother finding Alex. Isn't this what sex murderers do? They go for someone uglier than them so the person doesn't feel any worry, just gratitude? Or maybe that's just something you made up right now, out of sheer nervousness and crappy self-esteem. Did you drive here? Emhari squeezes your hand. You realize that she hasn't let go of you since you left the club. Yeah, but we should go to your place instead of mine. Well, that's slightly better, you think? Not that he couldn't kill you at your place, just you don't have any sort of kill room set up. And you've got a bunch of streaming equipment, so you could always trick him into thinking that you're constantly broadcasting to the world. Wow, your head is really getting away from you tonight. Your anxiety's fucking off the charts. Maybe you should tell Emhari that you can't, that you're too much of an absolute freak. Why would you want to go home with someone like you? Other people do this all the time. Other people hook up and it's fine. You force yourself to breathe through your panic. Gideon, what on earth are you doing? She's like attacking the cat bed inside the carrier, but the carrier door is locked, so she's like sticking her paws in through the grate. Why are you being so weird, princess? There's absolutely nothing to panic over. You realize that Emhari is still waiting for an answer, standing there with his keys in his hand. Right, he needs to know in which direction to drive. Sure, just, it's kind of a mess. I don't mind messy. Your face burns. Okay. God, you hate that you get like this. Typically, you are incredible at making dirty jokes, or at least playing off someone else's. You grew up on the internet. People being just suggestive doesn't get to you. Well, it normally doesn't get to you, you think, as you slide into Emhari's passenger seat. But this always happens. As soon as you get into a situation where it's not just fucking around or not just flirting, you freeze up. Yeah. As someone who is Demi, this is definitely, like, resonating. Plus the anxiety brain struggle. Yes. You get virginal even though you aren't. You've always been like this. You keep waiting for it to get easier, but it never does. Not really. Sometimes you wonder if you're ace, but you don't really think it's that. There has never been a single part of you, your gender, your sexuality, your fucking national identity, that can be put in a single box or given a simple label. The two of you chat a little on the way over to your place, and it calms you down a little bit. Honestly, you start to realize how stupid you're being. Emhari is nice, she's good looking, and he appears to like you. Possibilities of him being a serial killer notwithstanding. He answers all your questions easily, but you still get the impression that he doesn't particularly want to talk about himself. That's fine, you get that. You don't really much feel like telling him you're an Instagram streamer who recently hasn't been able to get through a single stream. He doesn't comment on your messy kitchen or the snarl of computer chargers and USB cords on your coffee table. Clearly a streamer without cats. We have to put our setup away every single time. Immediately. Otherwise, these little creatures will eat it. They try to even while we are actively streaming sometimes. And sometimes they succeed. He doesn't even wait for you to turn any lights on. He backs you up against the door and kisses you. Hi. Aww. Emhari is cute. Distantly, you hear the air conditioner click off, the slow settling of the house around you. Emhari is a far better kisser than you are, but he doesn't seem to mind taking charge. So, any likes or dislikes I should know about? His hands move from your shoulders to cup your cheeks. Any parts you don't want me to touch? Oh, no, I mean, maybe not my feet? Not because I have, like, foot dysphoria, but just because my feet are gross? Emhari laughs breathlessly. Maybe I should be the judge of how gross your feet are. I don't think we know each other well enough for you to be the arbiter of my feet. I think that's more of a second date thing. I like her little confident pose there. Okay, fair enough. We can wait on the foot stuff. That makes you laugh. For a small person, Emhari's arms have an unusual level of strength. It must work out. You want something to drink? I'm good. Well, I should have some water, or I'll regret it in the morning. Okay. He steps back so suddenly that you almost pitch forward. Your heart is beating so fast that you can barely feel your legs, like all the blood has been diverted elsewhere. You jerk open the fridge unsteadily, fumbling several times before you manage to crack open a bottle of water. The tips of your fingers feel fat and clumsy. You catch a glimpse of your reflection in the window above the sink, the darkness shooting it back at you like a tennis serve. Your hair is a mess from the humidity in the club, and fucking again, you've neglected to put on any makeup or do anything beyond very basic grooming. You're a mess. It's a good thing Emhari hasn't given you a chance to turn any lights on, because then he'd definitely start regretting coming home with you. You feel sort of bad about tricking him into this, but, well. You drown in your water, or what? You put the bottle down and go back out into the living room. Emhari is standing exactly where you left him, up against the wall beside the door. The shadows turn his features indistinct. Yes, princess? Now Gideon's crying at the door. Should I put on music or something? What do you like to listen to? Inaya is such a disaster. Yes. Yes, they are. Princess? Don't mess with the wires, baby. Don't mess with the wires, Puddin'. Actually, he pushes himself away from the wall. I find having sex to music kind of cheesy. Oh. Wow, okay. Getting right down to the point. But why would he do anything else? It's not like there's any illusions between the two of you as to why he's here. It's not like you need to be wooed or coaxed or anything stupid like that. Oh. Well, Mia's gonna drop out of chat for a bit, but still watching. If I'm not back in time, thanks for the stream. I've had a blast. Oh, thank you, Mia. Right. Emhari moves so quietly you don't realize he's right behind you. He pushes you down on the couch and you go. She falls after you, climbing onto into your lap. I like your eyebrows. Aww. You look at him. What? He traces a finger across one, then the other. It makes you shiver in a not entirely pleasant way. I like them. It's such a pointed and weird thing to say about one very specific part of your body that you're routinely up in your feelings about, that for a moment you're convinced that he's some sort of plant. Your haters have sent this hottie to seduce you in a club that you've never been to before in order to humiliate you. It's such an absurd thought that it makes you laugh out loud. What? Nothing. Nobody cares enough about you to expend that sort of effort. Maybe for someone with Ashley's level of fame and parasocial engagement with her fanbase, but not you. Besides, all the angsting you do over your eyebrow situation is purely internal. You're still laughing, and now Emhari is too, against your mouth as he goes in for another kiss. You don't set your alarm for the next morning. It's Saturday, right? And any time you need to wake up is purely self-enforced. Whatever. Oh, precious. Hey? Oh my god. Don't erg at me. Your eyes are gummy with sleep. You peel them open, then immediately shut them again as light smashes into your retinas. Despite drinking water last night, your head still feels stuffy and a headache lurks behind one of your eyes. You okay? I have to get out of here, actually. You blink again, trying to remember exactly where you are and who this is. Right, Emhari. The person you met at the club and then brought home for surprisingly comfortable sex. He's completely dressed, hair looking a little rough, but there's not much to be done about that. Hey, hold on, let me... You don't need to get up. Don't worry about it. He smiles. You look tired. Seems like someone wore you out. Someone, huh? Emhari laughs and squeezes your hand. Here. You hold out a hand until he realizes what you want and gives you his phone. You notice he doesn't bother to password protect it. Well, that's trusting. I'll give you my number. Something flickers over Emhari's face, and for a second you're worried that you've just violated some sort of phone privacy rule that probably exists, but you're too socially inept to know about it. But then Emhari smiles and saves your number to his phone. Cool. I'll talk to you later. He goes. You lie in bed for a little bit longer, trying to convince yourself to get up and make coffee and dig around for some ibuprofen. Alex always tells you that you should eat when you take painkillers, but headaches always make you feel queasy. Hey, dickhead, where the fuck are you? There's a whole bunch of texts to that effect, until one time-stamped around midnight. Jesus, it took me 30 minutes to think to check my Discord messages. Why the hell didn't you just text me? Whatever, it's fine. Call me whenever you wake up. Oh, right, Alex. You pick up your phone to find a couple missed calls and a whole bunch of texts. You snort. Alex pretends that you annoy him, but he loves to act like your mom. The truth is, you'd messaged him on Discord because of this exact outcome. You didn't want him to get the message until you were already gone. He'd probably say the same thing that you were saying to yourself. This guy's probably a serial killer, and if he'd given you any resistance at all, you definitely would have turned Emhari down. Which would have been a mistake, because you had a really nice time, as it turned out. You fall back asleep halfway through typing response back to Alex. When you wake up again, the sun is even brighter through the gap in your blinds, and you feel a little less like your brain is pounding to get out from the inside of your skull. Then it starts up again because you realize your phone is ringing.
Yes, princess, go take that quiet ball. It's talking shit. I heard it.
Jesus. Hello? Inaya? Thank God. I was about to call someone to do a welfare check. What? Why? It's after 10. So? So you've never slept that late in your life. Who are you, the sleep cops? Fuck off, I was tired. I thought that pretty guy might have murdered you. Well, he didn't. You hesitate. Oh, what the hell. He just fucked me and left. Wait, just fucked you, then took off? Not like right then. He left this morning. It wasn't like a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am sort of scenario. I have never heard anybody say that in real life. I'm already regretting it. So, So what? How was he? You transfer the phone from one ear to the other. It's hot from charging and it's making your neck sweaty. You hadn't been aware that you and Alex were talk about your hookup level friends, but you suppose you haven't hooked up with much of anybody since the two of you started seriously hanging out. Alex does casual sex, but he doesn't talk to you about it. You always assumed it was because he figured it was none of your business. But maybe he just didn't want to rub your face in it, so to speak. He was good. It was good. Wow. Scintillating. I don't know what you want me to say. Had he rocked my world? Did he? I guess? There's no hope from you, Inaya. That's mean. Why would you say that to someone when they aren't wearing any clothes? You're not wearing any clothes? No shit, I was asleep, and as previously stated, I had sex last night. I always put clothes on afterward. Well, I guess you're just better at sex etiquette than I am. Sextiquette. Little bear. Stop being a pill, sweetie. It is an hour till kibble time, sweetie. Oh my god, he's so fucking cute. You both laugh. Your brain is only half switched on at this point, so you can be forgiven for laughing at extremely half-assed portmanteaus. Sorry I made you worry. It's okay. I should have checked my other message apps before I started flipping my shit. Were you really that worried about me? Kind of. You never go home with anyone. That's not true. I went home with Yolanda last week. Wait, what? She didn't tell me that. Did you fuck her too? Inaya, that is so fucking slutty. I resent the implication in your tone. Having sex twice in a 2-week period is not slutty. Besides, we just hung out. She didn't tell you about it because there was nothing to tell. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that you were okay. I'll let you go. Talking on the phone is weird and I hate it. Yeah, I think I'm having an allergic reaction. Next time, at least FaceTime me. Bye. Bye, Naya. You snort and drop your phone back onto the bed. Alex definitely has no right to tell you how late you can sleep, but he's right that you haven't managed to sleep in this late for a while. At least since college. Maybe you should have sex more often. You wonder how long it will take Emhari to text you. He probably won't do it today. That would seem needy, even though you wouldn't mind if he did. It wouldn't seem needy to you. You're just thinking what would go through your mind if someone you slept with gave you their number. You wouldn't want Emhari to think he was your only option. Or would you want him to think that? Is it rude to imply that you'd rather be fucking someone else? You're so bad at this. You get up and get dressed, aware that almost half the morning is gone. Not that you'd be doing anything beside fucking around on the internet and pretending to look up recipes while you watched bad Betflix dramas. That's your usual weekend demo when you don't have a stream planned. Instead, you're in the mood for something else. Baby girl, please do not. Please do not, sweetie. No, no, no. I see your face getting real close to those wires. Don't do it, baby. Don't do it. Bowser will be very upset. Do an impromptu stream or stalk your crush. I'm gonna go, just from the phrasing alone, gonna do an impromptu stream. Princess, please. No, you don't. No, you do not. I need you to get down off the table, sweetheart. Down off the table. Oh my god. Ooh. That's right. Oops. Oh my god. Sorry about all the camera shake. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Stupid kitten cam. There we go. Instead, you clean your whole kitchen and make a list of groceries you need for this upcoming week. In fact, you're feeling so good that you set up your tablet for an impromptu stream. You have the ingredients to make a couple of things. You have no idea where this incredible mood came from. Well, you do, but you don't think it's just getting laid that has you in such a sunny and sparkling state. It's the fact that you set out to do something that scared you and succeeded. Fucking unreal. Emhari doesn't message you for the rest of the day, but that's fine. In fact, you'd be a little surprised that he did. He doesn't message you the next day either, but it's Sunday. A lot of people are busy with family stuff and maybe church. Though Emhari doesn't seem like the church type. But whatever. Yeah, she's definitely not gonna text you, sweetie. There's no way. Sorry. It's just not gonna happen. You don't get a text the next day either, but it's Monday, and whatever job Emhari has is probably busy coming back from the weekend. You've got plenty of stuff to do. No text on Tuesday either, but that's only one day from Monday, right? You're not gonna sweat it. Instead, you come up with a whole list of things you're going to cook for Emhari when you get the chance. He told you that he doesn't often have time to eat home-cooked meals. Oh, sweetie. Sweetie, it was just a one-night stand. He'd mentioned he likes Italian food. Maybe you'll finally have time to make that gnocchi you'd been planning. By Wednesday, you think you know what's going on. Emhari probably can only hang out on the weekend. Maybe he has a really time-consuming and exhausting job, and he doesn't know if it'd be cool to text you to just talk. Maybe he thinks you're only interested in hearing from him if sex is on the table. Wow, you really hope you hadn't given him that impression. You'd really liked the actual guy himself. Eventually, you break down and voice your fears to Alex. I'm worried I did something wrong. Did I fuck up? It's been almost a week. Did he actually say he was going to get back at you? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he did. I was half asleep at the time. Well, it might be something that you did, or he might just be an asshole. If it's something you did, well, whoops, but there's nothing you can do about it now. And if he's an asshole, then you're better off if he never texts you back. That's not helpful. Yes, it is. You just don't know it yet. Fine, I just really liked him. I know. It's a shitty feeling. Why does anybody put up with this shit? That's a damn good question. So you stop checking your phone compulsively every couple minutes. If he texts you, he texts you. You really should have asked for his number too, but you'd just been so convinced that he would contact you. He'd been so nice, so fun, smiling at you the whole time, and just really seeming like he had a good time. By the time the weekend rolls around, you're only a little behind on work, and you've only spent some time pining away for a person you met literally one time. You don't even know his last name. You're a country song. When Alex invites you back out, you jump at the chance. Partly so you're not just sitting at home alone, and partly just because you need to prove to yourself that not getting a call back from a very cute person hasn't completely decimated your self-esteem, because it hasn't. When Alex pulls into the same club from last week, however, you feel a wave of fear and excitement. Oh, baby boy. He did. He just cried for his papa. I am having such a hard time with words tonight. Sorry.
Peacock feather now, sir. You're not getting the peacock feather.
What about the mouse on a string?
Mouse on a string? Just a little bit. Just a little bit, okay?
Wait, why are we coming here? I always go here. Really? Yeah, almost every weekend. Wow, I didn't know you were such a social butterfly. Wait, why do you go to a lesbian bar? Because gender is a construct, and because there's no cover on Fridays. Fair. Fair. The club is exactly how you remember. Loud, crowded, and overpriced. You should have pre-gamed before you got here. The chances of you finding someone else to buy you a $12 cocktail are astronomically low. Well, you can just do what you did last time. Park yourself against the bar and, oh fuck, there's Emhari. Standing in nearly exactly the same place he was last time and chatting up someone who isn't you. Your heart thuds somewhere in the depths of your stomach, even as you berate yourself for being so needy. You need to get out of here. You'll call an Uber. Whatever, you just absolutely know that you can't be here anymore. Emhari looks up and you make eye contact. For one hideous moment, you think he is going to pretend that he doesn't recognize you, or even worse, maybe he doesn't recognize you at all. Maybe he picks up enough people on a weekly basis that they all start to blend together. But then he smiles and waves. Hey. Inaya, hey, how's it going? You have no choice but to come closer now. Hey, Emhari. Pretty good. How about you? Good. This is my friend. Oh my god! Mia, it's happening! Mia, the MILF has landed. Mariella Donata Nervetti, née Caligari, real estate agent and Keaton's mom. Although I don't think we've met Keaton yet. Did Gideon attack you?
She swung for the toy, and I wasn't paying attention.
More of my injuries happened that way.
I was distracted by the milfening.
Emhari tells you the girl's name, and you're going to be completely honest here. It flies in one ear and out the other. You don't mean to be rude. You just don't care about her at all. You do your very best to make small talk until Emhari's new friend goes to the bathroom, or maybe to find someone else. You have no idea. You are hardcore not paying attention. So, hey, you never texted me. Very cool things to say. Oh, were you hoping that I would? I mean, yeah, that's why she gave you her number. Dang.
Yes, baby.
You feel like you were going crazy.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes, murder.
yeah, that's why I gave you my number. Right. He removes his glasses for a moment. Sorry about that. I should have mentioned that right now I guess I'm not looking for anything long term.
2 dates is not long term.
Right? I mean, it is a lesbian bar. Yeah.
That's
Second date, you might as well rent a U-Haul.
right.
Oh,
Boy.
you're not sure, but this actually feels worse than when you assumed he'd just forgotten about you or decided you weren't good enough. Did I do something wrong? I mean, what? No, it's me, not you. He shakes his head. I know that's a cliche of a poor excuse, but God, she's got like anime eyelashes going on. I'm getting like Speed Racer vibes from Emhari right now. I know I'm not hot or whatever. You don't know why you said that. Wow, you're such a weirdo. What a place to be having this conversation. Emhari's eyebrows raised slightly. Why on earth would I have sex with you if I didn't think you were hot? What, just because you're not everyone's cup of tea, that I can't be attracted to you? That gets tangled up somewhere in your brain, sending back an error like a line of junk code. Wow, that doesn't really make me feel any better. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be a dick, just... I don't like to lie to people. Okay, fine. You don't like me. That's okay. You hate how petulant you sound, like a kid who's just been told they won't be getting dessert. Dessert? I haven't even had dinner yet. Haven't even made dinner yet. God damn. Mia has popped back into chat to say, it's happening! I didn't say that. I like you fine. Just... What? Just... You don't really seem like you like yourself. That hits you somewhere low in the chest. It builds upward into your throat. You can't cry here. You absolutely cannot cry. You would rather kill yourself than cry in front of Emhari. Thanks. Thanks for telling me. God, I'm so... Please, don't be embarrassed, Inaya. I'm not trying to be cruel. I have shit going on in my life right now. Like, the fact that my ex-wife is dating her soulmate and my kids love her too. It's not even close to my biggest problem right now. Do you really want to get mixed up in all that? Mia says you don't care about her at all. I'm sorry, Inaya, but this is where we part ways. To their credit, they are focused completely on Emhari, which, like, to be honest, I would have been too. But she does seem like a pretty cool MILF. You were spending so much time worrying about your own shit, you hadn't bothered to think about what sort of shit Emhari could be going through. Oh. Well, you're not sure if that makes you feel better, but it definitely makes you feel different. Slowly, the tension in your shoulders unknots. Oh, thank you for reminding me to relax my shoulders. Okay. That makes sense. Sorry to be weird. I've had kind of a wacky month. Emhari laughs, too soft to hear under the music, but visible in the way his shoulders shake. Oh, I get it. Me too. The two of you talk until Emhari eventually gets pulled away by one of her friends, and for once, you don't feel a way about it. Oh my goodness, she's got dimples. Oh my god. Aww, precious. Okay. Was that the good ending? Have we unlocked the next, yes, we have. Oh god, so next up is Keaton himself. Which means presumably we'll be getting more of his mom, too. We shall see. But I need to go. I need to call it a night. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow, all the things. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, Velmax and I will be back tomorrow night at 6:30 to start playing the Marshfield fan game Life is Strange Aftermath, Chapter 2. We have already played Chapter 1 previously on the channel. We'll see how well we remember it as we dive straight into Chapter 2. It has been a couple of months, so we'll see. I may need to refresh myself on it. I remember it looks really cute, but was incredibly, incredibly grim. That is my memory of it. So yeah, good times. It'll be fun. You can hear us do more voices. All that good stuff. So thank you so much. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night. I will be back with more ValiDate, more Inaya, next Wednesday at 3, presumably. Pretty sure I've got my schedule locked in. Yeah, and I will see you again soon. Have a great evening, or whatever time zone you are in. And I will see y'all soon. Bye.